Drum roll, please.
Yeah, drum roll, please.
Welcome back to the Endless Enjoyment Podcast. I'm your host, ZHänrę, and today I'm here with singer, songwriter, ZHänrę is in the building.
That's right. I am here, finally here in your space and in your place.
Appreciate you coming by, my dude.
The pleasure is all mine. It's all mine. Trust me, all mine. I'm actually flattered and flabbergasted to be here. So yeah.
Flabbergasted.
Yeah. It's great for me. Yeah.
Of course, yeah. I love giving a platform for artists to speak about their journey and what has influenced them or what they got going on. Mm-hmm. And I've been slacking with it recently, but
it's all right.
Seeing you in recently like Southside perform and just seeing all these many creative people like in Nashville, that's like I'm like I got to get on my shit, dude.
Yeah,
there's plenty of people I need to speak with and tap in with.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of us. So yeah, as long as you can keep up with it, you'll be all right. So yeah, it's
Absolutely.
great.
So it's episode 68 of the Endless Enjoyment Podcast. ZHänrę, for those that don't know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I go by genre. When it's usually with me and myself, it's just genre on its own.
So it's pronounced genre.
Yeah. So it's like I took the actual word genre itself, GENRE. Is that how you spell it? I'm going blank. But I took that, but I actually used the phonetic spelling. And I actually used certain characters within that phonetic spelling. So I didn't do it exactly how the dictionary has the phonetic spelling with like the schwa E at the end or something like that. I actually took the characters and I twisted them. I actually used different letters from other countries. And so you have ZHANRE with the special A and the special E. And I did that on purpose, only because human beings are visual beings first, and they don't realize it. They eat with their eyes, they smell with their eyes first, and things like that. So I did something that's actually going to be something that they would have to hone in and look at, like, okay, how do you pronounce this? Because the more they pay attention to it, the more it's embedded in your brain. So that's why I kind of did it like that. But something about me is like, I like to take all of anything and everything. Like when it comes to music, I'm a fan of music of all types of genres, no pun intended. But I'm a fan of all types of genres of music. So I like to take certain tidbits of bits and pieces of other characters of songs and try to compile them into my own, to make my own sound. So you get like some soul from me, or a little bit of gospel, or a little bit of jazz, or a little bit of classical, or anything of that nature within one song.
Right.
And then I just divvy it up and just paint the picture that way. So that's how I typically do music. But that's just like a little piece of me when it comes to the musical aspect of my world.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the best artists, I think, are the ones that blend so many genres together seamlessly. That's why I think like Juice WRLD was such a great talent.
Yeah,
definitely. He could do that with like, whether it was like rock, pop, punk, EDM. Like he was blending those genres together. So
yeah, it's always that's something that I just really love doing, and I'm blessed to have like a full team behind me that really understands the vision, and they actually assist with the vision because they love it as well. So that's what makes it more easier and a little more fun for me to be able to have to do the work.
Right, having that team around you. So how did you get involved with them?
So the crazy thing is, my drummer is my baby brother. And
so you have a band when you perform live. You have a whole a band performing with you.
Yeah. So my baby brother is my drummer. So he's been my drummer since the very beginning, since I started doing this. Because I used to be heavy in the gospel scene, and my parents was like, "Well, you have so much talent. You have way too much talent for you not to, venture out to other areas." Because I was writing music, but I was getting shut down about presenting my music to other choirs or churches and things like that. So my parents was like, you have way too much talent for you to not be using it. And so what they did was they funded my first concert. And I was like, okay, I don't know anything about doing this. So they paid for it, and they just said, just get you some people. This is what you need. So of course, music runs in my veins. It's hereditary. And so like I knew what I needed. I just know how to make it happen. So my brother, he was a natural born drummer, no lessons at all. He just picked it up, and that's just like his gift that he has. So that's how my brother came into play once we started that way. And then I had my cousin on keys, but my cousin started doing different things, and then everybody else just started flowing in like water. I really didn't pick anybody. I think it was just more so of they understood and saw my vision and felt my passion for when I was doing it, that they genuinely gravitated towards that and wanted to be a part. So it was my brother. And one thing that you'll probably like notice on March the 1st when I get ready to do like another gig is that there's a series of numbers. And so like whatever I might wear that's like a genre brand, like a shirt or something like that, I'll probably start off as 00. And so with every other person of that member, it's their number is where they came in at. So like that's something that you honestly see. So like it's like they just kind of came and gravitated towards what I had to offer, and they genuinely believe in what I have. So it's like my brother, and then he got me introduced to MD Lee. Shout out to MD Lee Productions. He got me introduced with him. His name is Monterey, and he is like a one-stop shop for everything when it comes to production, lighting, audio, video, visuals, all of that. And so he believed in the craft as well. So he plays instruments as well, like keys, drums, bass, guitar. He plays all of those as well. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop, jack of all trades. And so he came into play. And then after him, he kind of like handpicked who made sense that started gravitating to us, because there was a lot of people come and say, hey, I want to be a part, but it was like, he's going to have to, pick. And so it was Monterey, and then after Monterey came, it was Trey. And then after Trey came Zion, who's my current MD now, and then Savon, who's like the current guitar player. But we had Braden in place. I don't know if you know Braden. Braden Cowart, but he was there in place as well, and then Savon had came into play. So it's like that's how they all came into place to what it is now. So I've been actually blessed by them being able to see exactly what I have without me having to say anything.
Right. And so how long has like the band been together? Like,
so
it's more
now
recent?
that it's complete, it's been, I would say, about a year or so, because Savon kind of completed that. But we've been together for at least 3-4 years. It's been 4 or 5 years. Let me say that. I might be shaving off some time, but I'm pretty sure like about 4 or 5 years that we've been running with each other. And so I think it's what helps when it comes to like the uniqueness of the sound, is because we've been with each other for so long, and we don't believe into interchanging unless just somebody has to leave and then we find a new hire or whatnot. But we've been playing with each other for so long to where we understand each other musically without us having to say anything, sing anything, or do anything outside of the extra we feel, if anything. And so I think it's what makes us unique when it comes to ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like feeding off each other's energy.
Yes,
it's
definitely.
Like, that unspoken communication
Definitely.
that you have.
That's definitely present. It shows too, but it's definitely present.
Yeah,
like
I've
that's
got
how
to see
we
y'all
move.
perform once at the cruise
Controllerville too.
Controllerville,
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
It was like in the fall, right?
Yeah, and so like we in anything that we do when it comes to music, we always make sure we have fun with ourselves first, because when we get up there to do our thing, it's never in the mindset of let's get up there and kill, let's get up there and smash. We're not having that. We're like, okay, let's get up there and have the most fun for ourselves, as if we're throwing ourselves the concert. That way, naturally, it'll just generate to the audience and it'll show on its own. So that's how we just try to keep that type of mindset whenever we do things.
Yeah, I think that helps the audience have
It
more
does.
fun when they see that you're having fun.
Yeah.
And
So
also, if you're not having fun, then like, how are they supposed to have
right,
fun?
they won't. So that's why we try to make sure we're satisfied and we're satiable with what we got going on first before we do anything else. And it's the same way that I feel when it comes to me writing my music.
Absolutely, I'm the same way.
I write it for me first.
With the intention of, is this going to be fun to perform?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I write it for me first, and if I don't like it, I won't release it. But if I do like it, then I'll release it. And just people who actually enjoy will gravitate towards it, and that's just how I do. Because if it's not fun for me and it doesn't feel good to me, then I would lose that drive and that passion for me to even continue to write anything extra. So yeah.
You gotta follow what excites you and what makes you have that passion for the art, right?
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I keep going. To be honest, like I never saw myself doing what I'm doing, because I started off classically trained by playing the cello. And so the cello is what groomed me to be able to sing. So it helped me with my tone deafness, because I was seriously tone deaf. Like if my sister would ask me to sing certain songs or sing certain notes, and like she could sing it, and when it was my turn, it was completely off key. So the cello is really what conditioned me to be able to sing better than what I was doing then. And so because of that, I do find myself mimicking the way a cello would sound, the way that you would play it. So I would find myself singing tone-wise like my cello. So that's where that's why I learned to be able to sing is from playing cello.
Like is that technically like an upright bass, or like close to it?
It's they play more so the bass line. So an upright bass, they more so on the counter bass. They're on like the counter melodies. Then they give you like the subs of whatnot. So I'm on more so the ones that sit down, and they play more so the bass line of like of music.
Which can help you because you have a deeper voice, right?
Correct. But yeah, it does. But at the same time, it's like because I've been playing cello, I can do up about 5.5 octaves of vocal range because I've been playing with cello. So yeah, that really helped. Right. I surprised myself. I think the highest I can do is a C7 on keys, and the lowest I can do is a C2. I can do a C2 comfortably, but sometimes I can go higher than a C7. So like I do have like a good range because of playing cello. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. When did that start with you playing the cello?
Say that happened?
How long ago was that when you started playing?
I started playing cello in 6th grade. I started 6th grade. I wanted to play violin, but my dad was like, no, violins are for girls. You need something else. So I ended up playing cello instead because, it's a little bigger or whatnot. And I just naturally had a talent for it. And like when I picked it up and I started playing, my teacher was like, have you done this before? And I was like, no, I've never done this before. This is my first time, because I naturally had like the vibrato and I had the actual finger placement and things like that. And she was like, are you sure you haven't? I'm like, yeah, I haven't. This is my first time. This is my first time with you. I don't know nothing about this. But come to find out, when I told my mom, she was like, yeah. She said, because I used to play all of them in school. I said, so that's how hereditary stuff works.
Right.
Because like everything that she knew and her skill set transferred down to me without me even knowing. And so it's kind of like she played violin, viola, cello, bass, contrabass, which is upright bass, or electric bass, and she played guitar as well. So she played all of those, and I never knew that. So that's probably how I naturally just picked it up and gravitated towards it, because it was in her blood.
Right, you said
to do
start.
that. Yeah, so it's kind of like it just naturally fell in my lap. So that's what made it easier for me to just do that and walk that path. But I never would have known that it would have crossed over into what I'm doing now. So, but I did just play my cello in my concert that I had, I want to say about 2 years ago. We did a concert and I had played my cello in it, and I was so terrified to do that because I've been putting myself out there as an R&B neo soul artist for a while. And so I left my cello alone for a very long time. But I actually ended up bringing it back, and the people like lost their minds when I did it because they never knew that I did that. So it was kind of like a hidden talent for them.
And go back to your roots.
Yeah, going back to my roots, exactly.
Where it all starts. So then
where it all starts.
When you were that young, were you starting to write songs or write lyrics? Like when did you start doing that?
When I started doing the cello, I didn't, singing was not an option. Writing music was not an option. The only thing that I would write would be classical pieces. And so that's where I was more so honed into, is just doing classical only. So it never would have crossed my mind to cross that over into the actual secular of doing songwriting and things like that. So it was I was really gung-ho on cello. I even auditioned for, there's this thing that was called MTSBOA, and it's the Mid-State Orchestra of all of Middle Tennessee. And when I was playing the cello, I guess because of that hereditary skill that was passed down to me, I had auditioned for it, because you have to audition for it. So it's all the middle schools of Middle Tennessee would audition for this full orchestra, and it was hundreds of people everywhere. And so out of 8 cellists, I got 3rd chair 1 year, and then the next year after that, I got 4th chair out of 8. So I really applaud myself for doing that. But it's just, I've always just been more so gung-ho on doing cello. So I've never thought about doing music until the fact my parents was like, hey, you got too much talent, come do something else. So that's when I started doing music. So I kind of got a late start to the game, but it's all right. Everything is done right in God's time and in my eyes. So, I feel like I'm doing everything all right. So yeah, I'm excited about it still.
I love the quote.
Yeah.
Me and my cousin talk about a lot, is that you're not early, you're not late, you're right on time.
You're right on time. And that's something I try to, remind myself at the same time, is that I know I got a late start to it, but I still have so much to give. And when it comes to artistry and craft, there's really no age limit, because people are going to gravitate to it if they like it or not, no matter the age bracket. So yeah,
right, but even then, all the stuff that you did before that was setting the foundation.
Yeah,
for you to
it definitely was. Yeah, it was definitely setting the foundation. I can definitely agree with that, because it's like I said, the cello is really what conditioned me to be able to sing on key now. So it was basically setting my foundation. Yep, you're right. It was grooming me.
I feel the same way.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah.
I mean, I played the saxophone for 1 year in middle school, and then I stopped. So up until college, I went to college for music industry.
Mm-hmm.
and I had no musical experience really, other than that I loved it. Like I was known for being the music guy and playing tunes around my friends and shit.
Yeah.
And I just went and started writing like all the time.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Rapping, and I've written over 100 songs in that.
Really?
Time.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into the habit of writing more. But I guess it's like right now my goal is mainly focused on doing the background work of the business, because if that's not, the performance work has always been there, but my goal now is to focus more so on the background work for myself, so I can make sure I can remain stable when it's time to go full systems ahead or whatever.
That's what Jay's always preaching.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's preaching, and because of him, that's why I'm focusing more on that to get that going, because it has to be stable, because if it's not, then that's how people take advantage of you and do whatever. So yeah, I'm more so focused on that right now.
Yeah, shout out Jay Lawrence,
Jay
6
Lawrence.
Square Academy.
Yep.
Tap in with 6 Square, y'all.
Yep.
But damn, so yeah, I guess what I was trying to say though too, like about the foundation, was that I always wish I started earlier.
Yeah.
But I feel like all the experiences I had up until that point like brought me to where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah. I can definitely agree with that, because like that's why I say I don't try to rush anything there, because there used to be a point to where like I would look at other people and see what they were doing, and I'm like, why haven't I done that yet? But it's like at the same time, people probably looking at me like, man, you so far ahead, you so far advanced.
And everyone
I don't
accomplishes things
at different times. It's like, yeah, but it's like, for example, I graduated from Nashville School of the Arts. And so there was somebody that I know there, her name is Christina Ray, and I knew her there. And so she's doing like big things in New York on Broadway and stuff like that now. She even got the golden buzzer on America's Got Talent. So it's like she's doing big things now. I'm like, why can't that be me? But I'm like, you never really know what people's journeys, their walk of life is, until you actually walk in their shoes. So it's just only for me on the outside looking in, because I can honestly have more than what the next person have. So that's what helped me to remain humble about anything and everything that I'm doing, is because it's like, somebody's looking at me like, hey, I want to be like you. Right. And I'm looking at myself like, I ain't doing nothing, But yeah, that's what kind of helped me level that playing field for myself, and not just because that'll take over your mind and you be depressed and all the other stuff.
People always say, comparison is the thief of joy.
It is, and it does, and that's why I had to get to a point to where I stopped doing that. And when I stopped doing that and just start focusing on what I have to do next, then it made it so much easier for me.
It's your journey.
Yeah, it was
your
my
journey.
Yeah,
your own. It's
my
different
journey.
than anybody else's.
Yeah, that's what I have found out. I did, and that's why I try to enjoy it now. So like any like small accomplishments, for example, like I said, I'm just not getting into like the background work, doing like the content and like the videos and stuff like it, because I'm more so used to performing, and so like my forte is performing, and so having to do like the background work, like the content and stuff like that on my YouTube page, The Art of Genre, I hit 1K organically with my video. So like I actually celebrated that, because I've never been on this journey before. When it comes to doing that background stuff like content and stuff. So like I actually really celebrated them. Like I'm actually okay with this, because this makes me happy.
Celebrate those small wins, or else if you weren't, you're like, oh, it's not 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
it's like, you're never gonna be happy.
Right, and I noticed that it is a journey. It's the same thing as like when I started off doing the music thing, that I had to walk this path first. So like I'm just walking a different journey right now, and I'm actually gonna celebrate it on the way there, so I can appreciate where I came from to where I'm going. So yeah, I'm excited about that too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
You're killing it.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
So you said are you from Middle Tennessee? Are you from this area?
Nashville, Tennessee, born and raised. It's got a little southern accent and all the other stuff. So Nashville, Tennessee, born and raised. Ain't been nowhere else. Well, lived nowhere else, but I try to travel here and there to see the world and go gather information and bring it back and apply it to my life. Right. But yeah, Nashville, Tennessee, born and raised.
Love you get the socks hat on, because I'm from Massachusetts.
Let them know. Let these people know. Yeah.
But,
so yeah.
I've been living out here for a couple years now.
Okay.
And after college, like I said, I went to school for music business. I was able to do an internship down here. I ended my school like junior year, and then that was ruined by COVID.
Yeah. It butchered everything.
So then after, I was like, I know I want to go back to Nashville. I finished school. I moved here.
Yeah. I think you would probably thrive here. Especially with being around 6 Square and, being around that type of people, you probably thrive like really, really
That's
well.
why I want to have more conversations like this to uplift each other
and
keep moving forward.
That's how it has to be. I completely agree with like uplifting each other, because it sucks that sometimes by default people have this mindset of always just only going to be about me. I just do what I need to do, what I need to do for me, or whatever I need to perform for me. I'm not worried about anybody else. But at the same time, you never know what the next person could offer you, or you could offer them, and y'all could build a kingdom with each other.
How are they gonna support you if you don't support them? Or like, you gotta be out there, like, showing love.
Exactly. And I hate the fact that it hasn't been implemented into certain people's brains yet. That it's not a competition. There's enough space for everybody. There's enough space in Hollywood.
Some people aren't in it for the right reasons.
Yeah,
They're just in it because they want to get rich quick, or they want to blow up, or whatever, rather than.
And it'll show. It'll show, like, in their stride.
Build their brand, their personality, and your network is your net worth. I think, like, the people that you know and have around you.
Yeah, and one thing that I really try to do is, like, I'm a sucker for trying to be friends with everybody. So it's like I'm super gullible with that because I'm a socialite.
And you can't please everybody. And
not
everyone is gonna like you.
Exactly. And I found that out the hard way one time. I had somebody just say something really rude to me in reference to, like, a cover tune that I did. And I felt like it was phenomenal, but the way that they responded to it, it actually stuck with me, embedded in my brain. I'm like, that really bothers me. So when they say you gotta have thick skin, you gotta have thick skin. Because I'm like,
putting yourself out there now.
Yeah.
With social media and stuff. Like,
yes.
I notice, like, people on TikTok especially, like, always, like, comment rude and hateful.
Yes,
things,
they do. And it's like, why? It's like, I don't feel like it was that bad for you to say anything of that negative or anything like that. But when they say, like I said, you have to have thick skin, you do have to have thick skin, because I found myself, like, not being able to sleep because of the comment.
Right. And then just, you gotta, instead of, like, feeling bad for yourself, you gotta feel bad for them. Like,
yeah, so I'm gonna try to do that.
The GOAT Gary Vee, Gary Vee is. But
yeah, I'm gonna try to do that and start feeling bad for them, because, like, they don't know no better.
But yeah, I was writing a lyric the other day for this song that this dude I met on TikTok wants me to hop on this dope song, but I wrote a bar that was like, I feel bad that you even take the time with your day, like.
See, yeah, exactly. That's something that that's inspiration to me to start doing things like that, because it's like I said, I'll usually let it be embedded in my brain and I let it take over my spirit, and I don't want to do nothing. So that's something that I am working on, but it's different when you actually have to see it happen to yourself.
Absolutely.
So,
you can't let it get you down. You got to keep putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you are super talented, obviously. But
I appreciate
I've always been preaching lately, and I'm a broken record when it comes to a lot of things on this podcast, because we talk about a lot of things.
Yeah.
But, like, enjoying the journey and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, fuck.
Yeah. So I'm enjoying my journey as well. I will say that. I will say I find pleasure in writing my music. I don't rush my content because I feel like it has to be catered to. It has to be nurtured like I would like a child or something of that nature, in order for it to have an effect on the people. Because if you put your heart and soul into something, they're going to feel it when they hear it. So I usually just take my time when I write everything. My most favorite song that I have right now that I love to perform is called "Running With You." And it's really just it's an experience that I had in my life. So that's always right off of experiences. All artists do that. But it started off with an acoustic guitar. It's an acoustic guitar song. It's just heavy on guitar, many different stacks, many different levels when it comes to the guitar. And it's just me singing vocal harmony, because I'm big on vocal background. Like, if I was a background singer, I would be so happy every day. Because background is where they have the most fun, because you get to sing in harmonies with somebody beside you and just not have to worry about, like, being out front all the time. So, like, if I could have been a background singer, I probably would have been. But
you were meant to be the main character.
Right. I found that out too when I had to do background. I'm like, I don't want to be back here. So, but yeah, Running With You is one of those songs that I put a lot of emotion into when I wrote it. And when the band, because there's two different versions. I want to have multiple versions, but there's two different versions. So you have the record version, and then you have the performance version. Right. And the performance version is like a really big sound, and it is like, I love that version the most. The record version is fine, but I prefer the performance version, and we're actually going to do that on March the 1st at the 6ixFest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to do that song. Amongst other songs, of course. So one of the songs that we're going to do is Running With You, so I can share that with people who've never heard it before. But come to find out, it's very popular. I didn't know how popular it was until I went back and looked at my analytics for the streams. I'm like, oh, they really listening to this song. So it's like, yeah, it's very, I take pride in that, because, like I said, I do put my heart and soul into everything that I write. and I make sure it's of quality. That way it'll be pleasurable to them when they have it. So it's like I'm giving you a gift, and I want to make sure it's top tier of what I can give you,
Especially
for you to
as
have.
someone though, like you're like a born performer. Though,
Yeah.
that it's gonna shine
Yeah.
even better when it's live. Like.
Yeah. The crazy thing is, people wouldn't believe that I'm an introvert. I'm a definite introvert. I don't like being around a lot of people all the time. So I'd rather, like, if I had the opportunity to stay home, I would definitely do that. But it's like I'm actually branching out of that a little more. But I kind of like just being in my own little shell, being to myself, like playing a PS5 or something like that. I prefer to do things like that. But yeah, I'm breaking out of that. So
especially as like I get older too. It's like I can't
Yeah.
go out and drink every weekend.
Yeah.
I would rather just stay home, work on some music.
Yeah, something like
watch
that.
some
Yeah.
Netflix or something.
Or either be down at the studio with the fellas or whatnot,
Yeah,
creating
working
something,
shit.
having shared sessions and stuff like that, creating music and doing things like that. So yeah, I'm starting to break out of that shell and start to be outside more. That's what the people say, be outside. So yeah, I'm doing that.
Especially
too.
comes with this industry and like success in the industry, you're gonna be moving around a lot, you're gonna be going out a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to that because I like to be in the bed, sleep at around a certain amount of time,
Yeah.
or either be on bed going down a YouTube rabbit hole. So other than that, I'm trying to get outside and be outside more.
What's some
working on that.
YouTube content that you're watching these days?
Anything and everything game related, because I like going through the nostalgia rabbit holes of like PS1 games, PS2 games, things like that. Or I'll usually watch like gameplays of video games that I won't play. Like for example, I was watching Alan Wake. And because I played Control, I played it on PS5, but Alan Wake and Alan Wake 2, I wouldn't play those. So I would watch somebody play it though. I wouldn't play it though, because I would panic and then I'd be done got myself killed. But like the ones that I actually do play is like God of War, Horizon Forbidden West, Horizon Zero Dawn, those series, Ratchet and Clank. Like I'll play stuff like that. But like if it's like horror based, I have to watch somebody play it.
Right. You'll get too scared.
Yeah, I get too
like
scared.
some Slender Man type
Yeah, I can't do that. So like I would have to watch somebody else play it with the light on.
That'd be hilarious though. Like if you started streaming like
Yeah.
you playing like some hard
Yeah,
games, I
so-
feel like that would
Yeah,
be crazy.
my brother, my drummer. He's a streamer, Bishop Coolin 615. So y'all can find him on YouTube as well. So he does the streaming and stuff for me. So I'll watch him because he'll holler and scream where I would, but I just can't do
that
it.
would still be great
I
to
just
watch
can't
you.
do it.
You gotta do it
Yeah.
for the one time.
Yeah, I know, just for the one time.
Make
He
a
told me to do the
feature on
same
the stream
thing.
or something.
Yeah, he told me to do it for the one time, just like, just to do it. I'm like, now look, I like to cuss a little too much. So it's like, I don't think they're gonna want to see that. But he was like, they would definitely love to see you do that. I'm like, I'll try it and see how that goes.
Yeah,
So,
they would love it.
yeah, I'm
Everyone
gonna do
would.
that. I'm gonna do that just for the people, just for that one time. Cause I like to cook too. So I'm trying to get into the cooking videos as well. But yeah, I guess I'll go into the Twitch streaming and see what I can do and what happens when it comes to that.
What you been cooking up lately?
The last thing that I cooked, I don't even remember. I think the last thing I cooked was, and it might sound cliche, but I'm really good when it comes to spaghetti and meatballs.
Talking to Italian over here, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
So then you probably want to hear what I do mine. Because y'all do fresh pasta, right?
My grandmother does.
Yeah, I want to learn how to do that. That's one thing I really want to learn how to do is fresh pasta. Instead of just having to go get it out the pantry and stuff like that. Because I want to go
Not
to
all
Italy.
the time, but yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I've been to Italy a couple times. My
Okay, well,
grandmother used
cool.
to cook. I mean, she still does. I'm just not there.
Oh, okay.
Experience it.
Yeah, you got to experience it, though.
Like she's always cooking every Sunday for the whole fam, and it brings everybody together. And I love that, like the community aspect, the family as well.
I want to come. So when she
You hear that,
decides to cook,
Nani? We gotta bring genre to a Sunday dinner.
say I can come. I would be a great asset to the family. So yeah, so I like to cook a lot of things. Like I do like spaghetti and meatballs, but I like comfort food. So I specialize in comfort food, comfort meals. So like for example, like I'm Southern, so like I'll do like a smothered baked chicken and gravy with like a side of cream potatoes and like some collard greens and a cornbread, something like that. That's like a comfort, like a small plate. I'll do like some comfort food or something like that. Or like I'll do like a chicken tetrazzini like you used to have in high school. I'll make a casserole dish that big. I make so much food, I swear. And I'll just do that as like something that I could sit and just enjoy like on a pillow or something like that. So I specialize in like comfort foods and making things like that. But I don't get it twisted because I can cook heavy if I have to. Because I'm used to that because I come from a black family. So therefore we cook a lot of different things and it's always in like great numbers of food. So I don't know how to cook small. but I'm learning.
Yeah, at least then you could always have leftovers.
Yeah, of course. I would definitely eat leftovers. It's always better the next day. It's always the best the next day, especially when it comes to like Thanksgiving food. Oh, yeah. It's always better the next day.
Nice sandwich with some stuff.
Yeah, it's always better. So we do chicken and dressing. So it's like that. When that like settles for like the next day, it's always better. The sweet potatoes, mac and cheese, collard greens hits even better when it's like the next day. So like, have you had collard greens and stuff like that before?
No.
I'm gonna have to make you a plate.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna have to make you a plate and invite you out there so you can eat. Cause I used to feed the band too, you know. So, cause you know that's showing my appreciation back to them, and they can eat. The next time I feed for them, like I'm gonna have them put in $20 per person so I can have enough money for them. Cause golly, that chicken for them, chicken was $80.
Yeah, damn.
For me to get it myself and fry it myself was $80 just to feed them, cause they can eat. So, but I don't mind doing it cause they deserve it. So yeah, I enjoy cooking. That's outside of doing music. Yeah.
So we need like, I wish I had like a crew like coming over here for like Sunday dinner. We just gotta start the tradition. Like just
yes, you do.
Inviting the homies over.
You do.
Cooking up a big fucking pot of pots.
There you do. That's what I do. Like I'm very hospitable. So it's like, my father, my biological father, he's very hospitable. So he's like a beast in the kitchen. And so like he'll cook and be like, hey, you know, come over here and get you a plate. And I go over there, be 40, 50 other people in there. I'm like, who are these people in your house? So he feeds people like that because he can cook. So it's like, I kind of have that as well. It's like sometimes like I live in Gallatin. So it's like nobody want to come out there. But I'll cook food and I'll be like, hey, anybody want something to eat? And they don't want to come out there to get it, but I'll be having like tons of food left over.
You let me know, man.
Okay. So if you feel like driving to Gallatin, all right.
I'm always driving for Uber though. So
okay, cool.
Like I'm always making my way around.
Yeah. The next time I got a big meal, I got you. I told myself I was gonna make another chicken and dressing. And like a meat and three. So yeah,
I gotta hear what all the hype's about.
Yeah, you'll definitely love it. I would definitely make you gain a few pounds.
That's what I need, bro. I need a couple pounds right now.
Yeah, we would definitely fatten you up if that's what you want to do now. We can definitely do that. So yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what I like to do. I like to do that. It's like on the side. So.
Hell yeah. So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What is your real name? And where did genre come from? Like?
So my real name is, I go by Drew. But my music world, when I step on a stage, I become a different person. And it used to be Jay Boyd in the beginning when I started doing it, but I'm like, this does not sit well with me. It doesn't say who I am in a nutshell. And so I think it was 2018 is when I made the decision to go by genre. Like I said, because there's too many different categories of music that I want to dabble in for me to just be like one name that suits R&B or one name that suits pop or anything like that. Because when you hear Lady Gaga, you think pop or something like that. You hear Music Soul Child, you think R&B, neo soul. So it's like, I don't want to just be put in a box. I want to be able to stick true to me. And sticking true to me is me calling myself that, because that's what I hold on the inside of me, is those different categories of music. So like there's a song that I have, and it's called Used to Be, and it's very soulful. But in the very, very beginning with the keys, I do opera style singing at the very beginning, which leads into the R&B, which leads into the soul. So I wish we was doing that on March, but we're not. But I kind of like to take those and give it to the people, because I want to keep myself different from what other people hear all the time. And because I feel like that's what keeps my uniqueness, and it keeps it fresh for the people. So they're like, okay, I don't know what I'm gonna get this time. I'm excited what he might be able to dish out. So that's why I just try to find a name that sticks true to me, and that's where I came with like, just go with the genre, because I feel like that really describes who I am when it comes to music. So yeah.
Absolutely, I love it.
Yeah, appreciate you.
So I noticed that you only have a few songs out on streaming.
Yeah.
And then you have like a few more covers and stuff on SoundCloud and YouTube.
Yeah, so yeah, I do have a few songs on. I have about 5 out now. The most recent one that I released is called Wanna Be, and you can find it on any streaming platform. Spell my name ZHANRE. And Wanna Be is the most R&B type song that I've ever done. Because like I said, I don't really try to stick in one lane. I try to, sprinkle tidbits of this, that, and this, compile it into my own. So Wanna Be is the first one that I actually did that went over quite well. Keegan Farrell was the producer for this one, and he actually singing the hook on the song. He actually brought so much more life to it from what I had originally, and he kind of pushed me to be able to get in my R&B bag. So it was a lot that I learned from having to write that song. And the crazy thing is, the way that song came about, like a friend of mine, his name is DJ Jew. He had this hook in his mind. I just wanna be the one you love. And so he was singing it to me. He was like, I want you to write to this. I was like, I don't know what I can do to it, but I'm gonna try. And so I wrote to it and it just like instantly started coming to me. So like it's on my Instagram and I can send it to you so you can see how it began and then you can see what it is now. And so it started off that way, and then I was like, I actually think I should finish this. And I pitched it to different other producers to see if they could actually bring it to life, and they could not. But when Keegan met me, he found me first, because I didn't know anything, because I've always lived on a rock or I'm just always at home.
Right.
So he had found me, and he was like, I want to do some work with you. And I was like, okay, if I had some time when I got done with the show, I'll circle back. But he actually pursued me for a while, for over a year. And I'm like, obviously I might be able to learn something from this guy because he sees something at me that I don't see. So let me walk this journey. And I pitched it to him and he kept sending it back to me. He was great when it comes to sending music back to you and communication. He was so swift. And I was like, this is overwhelming me because I'm not used to it. I'm used to people taking 3 to 4 weeks to respond to me about a track or a record or anything like that. But he was so quick. Like every few days, he sent me something back. I'm like, he's moving quite fast. I don't know how to keep up. But when he was doing it, it was so effective and so efficient to where he was like, what do you hear? What do you see? What are you experiencing on this piece? And I was just giving it to him. And he was just setting that tone for me to when I got into record, it was super easy. He did apply pressure. I will say that. He did apply pressure, but it was in a great way, because like I didn't have the hook written when it was time to hit the booth. I didn't have the hook written, and he was like, okay. He's like, I need you to sing your hook when you I need you to get ready and do your hook. I was like, I don't got it yet, but I said it in my mind. I was like, he was like, so I'm gonna go to the restroom. And by the time I come back, be ready to lay the hook. I'm like, man, I wrote the entire hook. That, baby, you come my way. That hook, I wrote that while he was going to go pee. And when he came back, I had to lay it just like that. So that's how much pressure he applied to me that I applied to myself to let me know he's actually helping me learn about me and what I'm capable of doing under pressure. Yeah, and I'm so grateful for that entire
sometimes
experience.
The best things come out of that, and when you just let it fly.
It did. And it was like, I didn't realize how well I could work or what I could create when I'm under pressure. If I got somebody like drilling on top of my head saying, hey, get it done, let's go. I didn't realize how great it turned out to be until it was actually time to lay it. So when I heard all of it back, I'm like, wow, this is like a real song. So it was like, I was super excited for it because I'm like, this is really good. So hopefully that, that if you get an opportunity to listen to it, it's called Wanna Be. Like I said, you can find it anywhere. And I'm really excited about it. I also did an acoustic version to that as well. But that's one of my most favorite songs right now. And I actually did that at the Jefferson Street Sound Museum. And I sang it for them with just keys because I'm a stickler for ballads. I love ballads. I love to sing ballads. Anything Adele, I'm gonna sing it. So, but yeah, I'm a stickler for ballads. And I had sung it at the Jefferson Street Sound Museum. They got an event called Seymour, which is Start Your Month Off Right. And so somebody like you can go and perform your music there for like these people. And I did it for them, and their response back to me, they sang the song back to me. I was like, sing it for me, and they didn't, it was their first time hearing it, and they sung it back to me, and they sung it in 3-part harmonies, but in a melody I've never thought about singing it in. And I'm like, y'all are teaching me so much. So it was a wonderful feeling. So it's like, Wanna Be is like one of those most recent songs that I have that I'm like, this actually was magic. And didn't even know that it was magic in the making when it came to him. So I'm super appreciative of Keegan. But that's one of my most favorite songs that I got, yeah. So like all my songs, they're out everywhere. Like I have 5, and we're actually working on some more music. We're working on...
That was my next question.
What
we got coming? What's coming soon? Anything coming soon? What you working on?
We have some new music coming, but I want to do 3 EPs, and I want to do them in a series of a chapter. So it's like I'm I'm set to take my time on them because I want to make sure it's right and then it makes a lot of sense. Because it's so easy for you to push a song, play a song, and then be like, okay, what's next? I want my listeners to be able to come back and be like, I didn't hear that before. Let me go back and listen to this and just stay in tune with it because I want to be able to tell a story. So it's the art of genre for a reason. It's not just, the art of genre is everything that you get in the experience. And so it's like, it's not just me singing, but it's what I'm singing about, how I'm singing it, and the musicianship around it. That's the art of genre in a whole nutshell. So whenever we move or whenever I perform and it's a certain song, that's what that is. That's the picture that we're painting to the people. And the art, I took that because it's like we paint a picture for the people to see, for the people to feel. Because when they, like I said, they're visual beings first. So when you see a painting, sometimes a painting can make you feel so many different emotions or it make you think a certain thing when just by seeing it alone. And so therefore, that's why I titled or I categorized us or named us as the art of genre when we're all together.
So
that's how that came about.
And that's your Instagram as well, right?
Yes. So my Instagram is the art of genre, like I said, ZHänrę. So they can go, you can go follow me there.
Go follow me.
Yeah, you can also subscribe to my newsletter on theartofgenre.com and just subscribe to my newsletter at the bottom. That way you can get like behind the scenes access or like where I'm gonna be at, what I'm getting ready to do. I'll update it with pictures and things like that you won't be able to get elsewhere. So if you subscribe, you'll be able to see like a lot of different stuff as well. So know what's going on. But yeah, the art of genre, that's who we all are as an entity. That's how we move. Yeah, it's like a big team. You'll see.
I love it. Yeah. So you think, I mean, obviously you're going to take your time with these projects, but can we expect maybe like a single or something in the near future? Or?
So I wanted to release another single, and there's a song. Woo-wee! There's a song that I'm ready to release, but my production manager won't even let me sing it as a warm-up song. He said no. He really wants to take his time with it, but I said, I want to release something else this year. Because I released Wannabe March of last year. So it's going to be 1 year since Wannabe has been out. Yeah. But I want to release this new song that I did with A West. And a lot of people don't know that I have a song with them. Right. But we're taking our time because there's a certain type of energy that I want to give out when it comes to this song. So it's like I do have something that I'm working on. And, well, it's not working on. It's done. Yeah. But I can't talk about it because my production manager would kill me. But it's phenomenal because like A was like, hey man, when can I get the track? When can I get the record? I'm like, he's not gonna give it to you because you might leak it. Right. He's like, I ain't gonna let nobody listen to it. I'm like, all right, man, if you don't let nobody listen to it, I'll see if he can give it to you. But you can't let it, leak because that's how to get stale real quick before it's time to come out. Right. But we ended up sending it to him and like, I'm pretty sure he's been listening to it, but it's a phenomenal song. And that song actually came about as an accident because we was in the booth and he was just checking his levels. My production manager, Monterey at MD Lee Productions, he was checking his levels and I was like, just put something on. I just can't be sitting here saying la, 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 check, check, check. I'm not finna do that. Put something on, just put it on a loop and I'll just freestyle to that. And he played it and I was like, oh, and he just let it loop. And we were both like, And so the crazy thing was I just started humming to it. I'm like, I was starting to hum. I was like, I said, let that thing run. And so I stepped out, wrote, came back and started singing. He was like, ah. I said, He was like, I was like, this is finna to it. And I actually have the voice audio when we recorded. I said, this is finna turn into a real song by accident. And it turned into a real song by accident. And it's phenomenal. It's more so, it's very sensual. It's something that you actually you're going to feel it when you hear it. That's why we taking our time when it comes with it because we want to make sure that energy is sewn into it before we put it out there. But it's everything.
Looking forward.
Yeah, I am too. I am too. I'm so excited. I can't even tell you what it is. Like I said, I tried to sing it in a sound check one day. He was like, nope, cut my mic off. Because he don't want nobody to hear it yet. So I'm like, I get it. It makes sense. Yeah, we're proud of this record that's coming out. So yeah, we got music coming, but we just like to make sure we give the listeners everything they deserve, and that's quality music. Absolutely. Yeah. Something that they can listen to and they can put in the car and things like that. So not just listen to it in the house, but like, I want to play this record, push play, that type of thing. Wannabe has that experience as well. But I don't think a lot of people know about it yet, but I'm still pushing. It's radio worthy as well. So we're working on trying to get on the radio too. So, but it's in the works. It's in the works. And we're actually getting ready for our up and coming concert, which is October the 18th. That's the big one. So
big one. Quite some time away.
That's the big one to where you get to see the art of genre and MD Lee Productions at its finest. That's where we put on an actual, they say Bridgestone ready. And my manager, she said Saturday Night Live ready. So we get to the whole aspect of like lights, cues, tracks, stems, dancers. It's full out. It's full out. Yes. So I'm not too big on streaming, only because I feel like you won't be able to experience what you should be experiencing unless you're there.
But
correct.
There's a lot of people that can't make it that do
right.
it. And I've done that for like the last few years. I've done a Thanksgiving show back home at this dive bar in my hometown. I just have like all my friends and family, like a few of my friends that perform. Like we all perform together.
Yeah.
And like recently, the last couple of years, like 100+ people, like my friends and family, all come through. You know, it's an experience. Live, but we've actually live streamed in the last 2 years and like pretty much doubled the amount of people that were there. That's
good to know. That's really good to know, because I think he wanted to get to a point to where he streamed, but like there's additional work on him that he has to do. Right. But I think he wanted to get to a point where he streamed, or whether he just recorded and then we just resell it later for those who couldn't make it.
Right. Or you can do that. Like it's a paid.
Yeah, that type of situation.
Stream.
Yeah.
Like you gotta, if you want access to it.
Yeah, because it's like it's very different when it's in person. I think people, when I say concerts or something like that, they don't know what scale we present. But you've seen us at Control the Ville too. You've seen how we came, how we presented ourselves, presentation.
Yeah, you all were dressed the same too.
Exactly. So it's like, just think about that on a grander scale. So it's kind of like we put everything into what we're getting ready to do, that we will prefer people to physically be present. Course, and the last one we had, we sold out, and we actually sold then some, because people were still coming in. It was like, just let them on in through the door. And that's when I whipped my cello out, and I'll show you off grid. But that's when we did that, and it was phenomenal. And it's also, I'm an in the moment type of person. So I'd rather live in the moment than live through the screen. And that's just me. But I know eventually we're going to get to that point where we start streaming and things like that. But as of right now, life is so short to just go and just be in the moment if you can be in the moment. And then if you can't, it'll still be accessible. But that magic is different. It's just like watching the fireworks show at Magic Kingdom through your laptop, right, instead of being right there in Magic Kingdom while the fireworks are going off. It's kind of like that. So it's best to try to be physically there. So, but we also, like I said, we're getting ready to do March the 1st for the 6ixFest.
At Vinyl Lounge?
Yeah, at Vinyl Lounge. It starts at 7. I don't know what time the doors open, but I know it starts at 7. And there's like a lineup of multiple artists that's going to go up. I'll be going up as well, of course, the art of genre. And it's going to be great. And it's a free event. So, if y'all are free, come on out and, take place and see exactly the magic that's going to happen in that room with all of those talented artists. So it's going to be great.
Oh, yeah. March 1st, Vinyl Lounge in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm super excited about it, to be honest. I ain't got all my attire yet, but, we going to get there. Because I'm very big on, like I said, presentation. Presentations matters. And I strongly believe in unification.
That was going to be the word I'd say. Performing as like a unified front.
Yes, unified from top to bottom, all T parties. Yeah, T to B. There you go. Yeah, T to B.
We've covered a lot, though, honestly.
Yeah.
Covered the origin of where you started with music, your upcoming show, what we can expect with music in the future.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, if they don't remember, the art of genre is where you can find my Instagram. And like I said, subscribe to my newsletter. That way you can get like behind the scenes access, see some few things that's coming out. Because I'll usually send out like email blast before the general public. I'll send it to people who subscribe first. So like if I'm dropping a new record, they'll get it first before anybody else might get it. So, theartofgenre.com, ZHANRE. And the art of genre, my Instagram is the art of genre, all one word. And just follow me there and, stay in the loop so you know what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, one more question I got is like, what are some other goals that you have, like that you want to accomplish like this year?
Some other goals that I want to accomplish this year is basically see the world more before it's too late, but see the world more and just get to a level to where I'm actually, entertaining surrounding cities. That's what my ultimate goal is. I'm not trying to take over the world when it comes to music or nothing like that. I just want to be able to hit states and other cities around, and I'll be like satisfied.
Like branch out from here.
Yeah, that's my ultimate goal, is to actually hit other states and cities surrounding Tennessee when it comes to my music and performance and traveling and touring and like small things. So that's my ultimate goal that we're actually working on this year. So I'm hopefully, it just rolls out to the way that it needs to be. So yeah, I'm excited about that part.
So where's like, it doesn't necessarily have to be something that you want to perform in, but where's somewhere that like you've never been that you want to go to?
Houston, Texas. I've heard a lot of things about Houston. I want to take the band down there too, but that's where I want to go visit here in the States. But what I really want to visit outside of the country is Italy.
We gotta go.
That's where I want to go. So hopefully we'll still be going in September of this year. That's where we're supposed to be going, September this year. So hopefully we can still go.
You're going?
Yeah, because we went to Barcelona, Spain.
Oh hell yeah.
Then went to Madrid. Then we went to London. London is expensive. God.
Yeah.
And then Paris, France. So we've hit those like countries and whatnot. So now we're trying to do Italy, because I'm like, I think I'll probably I love pasta. So it's like I will find my happy place over there. I know I will. So yeah, I'm very big on like Italian baked dishes and things like that. So I really like that.
I got some family going like this August, but plane tickets are so expensive right now.
Yeah, they are expensive.
And one of my buddies from home is living out there. He got a job out there like 2 years ago. He's been just living out there, living the life.
That's what's up.
This man's even thinking in Italian now. Like
really?
One of my homies asked that when he's home for Christmas. So, so it's like, are you thinking in Italian when you're in Italy?
Really?
It's like he's starting to think that way.
That's awesome.
He's like, how long do you think it's gonna take when you go back for you to start?
Switch back, change that mindset.
He's like, probably like a week or so.
Yeah, that's what he might think, but you won't know until you actually try it. Because it's kind of like when I was over in Barcelona and I had stepped off the plane. And when I stepped off the plane, I'm like, oh, this is not the United States. This is not the United States. So, because they speak Catalan first. So it's Catalan, Spanish, and I speak Spanish as well, and English. So they go in that order of the languages. And to see everything in another language, I'm like, whew, I was overwhelmed. Even when I got to the kiosk to try to pay for my ticket so I can get on the train station, it was in Catalan first. So they only offered Catalan, Spanish, or French. They was only offering those three.
Lucky you know Spanish.
Yeah, I know, right? So that's what really saved my life. So it's like, yeah, I'm telling you, you gotta have somebody with you. But Barcelona is a beautiful city. The food is ridiculously fresh. It's ridiculously fresh. But that's another topic for another day. Because I can talk about food. So yeah, I was excited.
I do want to continue to travel more, and I got some plans to. A few weeks I'm going to Austin, Texas.
Okay, cool.
My buddy's bachelor party.
That's what's up.
Excited to
let me know how it is when you get down there, because I've always wanted to go to Texas anyway, but they say it's real hot, and I don't like too hot.
I feel like this time of year, though, will be not too bad.
Okay, then yeah. Well, no, she said cooler months is February, March, around that time. But she said like later on, it's hot.
Right, so I'm hoping it's going to be enjoyable.
Yeah, you should be.
And then where else this year? I'm just going home, back to Massachusetts in the summer at some point, and then who knows? We'll figure out everything.
Yeah.
I can only look a few months ahead at a time, but I want to travel more.
Yeah.
And
as you should.
Tour and perform more.
As you definitely should.
Especially, I already have a ton of music out. I have, like I said, over 100 songs that I've written and released. So I'm more like looking to take my time with the stuff I'm currently working on and just promote everything.
Yeah, that's one thing we really have to do is like take your time and do those promotions, because people are not gonna really know unless you just really put it in their faces.
And I'm shoving it in their face right now.
As to how you should.
Every single day this year. So.
Yeah, as you should, because that's what I'm learning to do as well. So
you're getting better, more consistent. We're back on the podcast.
Yep. And I actually have a podcast as well. So it's called Here on Mars. HEAR on MARZ. And it's with my production manager, I'm Marlon Ray, and I will talk about things. And it's just like, whatever we talk about is what we talk about. So that's something you might be interested in that as well.
I would love to be a guest. You know?
Yeah, definitely. I'm
always having people on my podcast. Yeah. I never get to be a guest on other
I got you. We're going to definitely have you on Here on Mars, because we talk about anything and everything. So like, it's not always just about music, but we talk about a lot of different stuff. We would definitely have you on. We would love to have you on.
I'm always down to shoot the shit.
Yeah. You'll love it.
Hell yeah. So how long have you been doing that?
We've been doing it for about a year and a half, because we started it during COVID. And so we've been having a lot of things going in transition. So we had stopped for a little bit because we were trying to figure out like shows, concerts, and doing things like that. Then we came back into it in our downtime. And then we're trying to do another concert. So we kind of had to put it on the back burner because this concert, we all try to outdo ourselves at the next concert that we create. Because if we're still doing mediocre stuff, then we're not growing. So we try to figure out how can we outdo ourselves to get that growth, to go find that growth and do things like that. So like we're working on that now. So, but yeah, we getting the podcast back up and running pretty soon. Well, I'm actually doing a YouTube series of like different music, different songs that I select. So like the first series that I'm doing right now on my YouTube page is called the Blackout series. And it's more so like sensual music that I like and that I'm singing and doing covers too. And I'm just doing that just for the people so they can have something of me until it's time to do like the big boys, which is the concerts and stuff like that. So yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'll be seeing you March 1st.
Yeah.
At 6ixFest.
At 6ixFest.
And looking forward to the big old thing at the end of the
October
year.
18th.
October 18th. So you already have a venue for that? Or?
So we do have a venue, yes. But we want to try to branch out and do something on a grander scale. So we just actually like wearing our options right now to like what's best for the brand right now. So yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. We're working on it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Let's go. Yeah, It's a pleasure talking with you, man. I think it's about time we can wrap it up.
Yeah, that's fine with me. Yeah. So it's gonna be good.
Anything else you want to speak about, promote, or say it before we wrap it up?
I think that's really it. That's just me. It's like a little inside of me, genre, myself. The art of genre, the definition as to where it came from. I think that's some good little information. The only way you can actually know me more is by seeing me on stage. So March the 1st.
Let's go.
March the 1st, come see me. October the 18th, if you subscribe to that newsletter, that's how you're going to stay in the know of that big concert. And I'm telling you, when it comes to promotions for the big shows, you'll see.
Ooh,
you'll see.
And he was like, ooh, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. Right. So yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you subscribe to my newsletter on theartofgenre.com. That's how you're going to stay in the know about the good stuff that's coming up.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. So we always end the episode once it ends with the credit will be just the logo.
Okay, cool.
I always play a snippet of the artist that's on song. So would you want to play Wannabe?
Yes, definitely. Definitely, yeah.
Is that's the name of the song?
Yeah, that's the name of the song.
Your most recent one?
Yeah. So we can play that one. Yeah, we can definitely play that one. You want to play it from my phone? Or
No, I'm saying I'll just have the MP3.
Yeah, that's cool.
Or I can download it off
YouTube.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, that works. Yeah,
as soon as we end, it will just play for the audience to check it out a little bit.
I hope they love it just like I hope you love it as well. But yeah, Wannabe. We can definitely go with that one.
And then if you like it, go stream it on
all streaming
platforms.
Yep. And buy it. I think it's like 69 cents. Do that too.
Go support independent artists. Come on, yo.
Yeah. Buying does better than streaming, so go buy it.
Absolutely. 69 cents is several thousand streams.
Exactly. So yeah, do that. That makes a lot of sense.
Come on, y'all got 69 cents.
They do.
This is episode 68 of the Endless Enjoyment Podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Of course.
Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely.
Ain't no thing.
Glad that we get to know each other a little bit more.
Yeah.
And speak, because we've only met once or twice.
Twice.
Yeah, I think.
3 times.
I saw you at Cruise Control, and then I saw you at Vinyl Lounge.
Twice then. Yeah.
I don't even know if we met at Cruise Control. I just saw you perform. So it's
I probably did, but it's when I usually come off stage, everything is like a blur.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm trying to reacclimate myself to humans.
You just crushed it like that.
Yeah. It's like I'm trying to reacclimate myself to humans and conversation because I usually step into a different realm. So I used to go to Planet TLZ whenever we do things. So you will see what that sector looks like on Planet TLZ March the 1st.
March the 1st. Come check it out live.
Yeah.
Vinyl Lounge, Nashville, Tennessee. Y'all appreciate y'all. Enjoy.
Thank you. Yeah. That was great. I just wanna be, I just wanna be